The views expressed by our guests in the following video are solely the opinions of our guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and or opinions of the Ola 7 podcast show. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello guys, my name is DJ Ola 7 Owen. We're coming to the Chief A Masha on your number one podcast in the land, the Ola 7 podcast at a Giant Media. And today we've got a very, a brilliant, I'm sure, subject that we want to touch on, and you will love that if you're into health. In fact, who is not into health? Munhu wese afananga ari mune zveutano achinzwa kuti utano hwaka hwakamira sei. Everyone anorarama panyika panapa kana mombe dzichimbondobaya majekiseni naMDBC namudhumeni ko iwewe munhu zvako unodii kuona kuti utano hwako hwakamira sei. So today I'm joined by Dr. Misi from Simas Aigo, and yes, we want to talk about your health, utano hwako nehwangu inini kuti tinzwe kuti zvakanyatsomirira sei. Chiremba vari pano. Welcome to our show, Dr. Miss. How are you?
Hi, DJ Ola. I'm very excited to be here.
Great. Yeah, I can feel the excitement, man.
Yes.
Yeah. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Mm-hmm. I've always wanted to be on the radio or on podcasts. So you today are fulfilling dreams.
Wow. I like that. So let's talk about pedal to wellness. I don't know. I've heard that from Simas. Simas is launching this thing. What's that? Tell me about it. Pedal Wellness.
So Pedal to Wellness is our event at Simas. We host it annually. It's a cycling event.
Yeah.
So what we do every year is we want people to commemorate heart health. So we invite them to come and cycle for heart health.
For heart health?
Yes.
Okay. So can you just elaborate on why Simas Aigo is commemorating this day with a cycling event?
So Simas Health Group is all about health. Our purpose is basically to inspire healthier communities. So what we're doing is we're trying to spread that message one at a time. So what we want people to do is we want them to be aware that they have to protect their hearts. All our hearts are amazing.
Yep.
From the time we are born to the time we die, they are beating every minute.
Every minute, yeah.
But we need to look after our hearts. Right now, we're not looking after our hearts. A lot of people are suffering from heart failure, heart disease. And why? Because we have high incidences of hypertension, that's high blood pressure, diabetes, we have obesity issues, our weights are going up, we're eating all the wrong foods, we're sedentary, we're just sitting most of the time. So we're not looking after our hearts enough. So that's why we want people to really look after their hearts.
That's really amazing. Guys, I'm sure you murukuzvinzwira mega. Chirimu saka chino zvinzwira ndakazvinzwa chiri chishona chinodaro. So from Dr. Misi vachitsanangurira panapa. But I want to understand, Dr. Misi, how do you operate as Simas Aigo?
So Simas Aigo is, I'll call it the life brand of Simas. So most people just know that Simas is there to pay their claims. It's a medical aid company. But Simas Aigo is basically a wellness division of Simas. So what we do is we're about preventative health. We're about wellness. So when we say preventative health, to know we're screening for things that can be potentially bad for your health.
Yeah.
So we're into promoting lifestyle changes. So if that's changing your diet, getting more active, being less sedentary. We're also into cancer screening because right now in Zimbabwe, we have a problem with a lot of people who are being diagnosed with cancer. Yeah, especially prostate cancer in men, breast cancer, cervical cancer in women. So that's what we're promoting screenings for. So we conduct those screenings as well. And then we also have a dietitian, we have a fitness coach, we have wellness coaches, mental health experts, because right now mental health, it's on the rise.
Yeah, very true. And before, I think Mazwapira, people were not taking that seriously.
Yes.
Mental health. And now I'm glad that you are actually looking into that.
Yeah, so we're just promoting all those aspects of health because we've realized health is not just, the physical. You can be walking around, but there's a lot going on in our minds. Our hearts are not doing well. We're basically ticking time bombs. So come and get screened when you are feeling well so that you know if you're on the right path in life.
That's fine because the cancer. Vanhu vazhinji vanozozviona atoparara akuma stages mamwe asisiri right, and also some they blame it on witchcraft, say kuroiwa and stuff. Then ozoti papa akuchenda kwachiremba last minute vambozama zvese zvaramba ovanzi komune cancer yati on stage 4. I'm like cancer. So if you are screening, muri kuscreena for free or what?
So for our members, we screen for free. So basically what you have to do is you have to come to our clinics. You can even talk to us at IGO and we will screen you. We also work with our partner companies, Tunoto Inda Kwavari. We go screen them on the ground.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that. So let's talk about the event details. Who should participate? How and are there any age restrictions, or requirements for participants?
Not at all. We want everyone to be there, even you, DJ Ola.
Oh, I'll be there. Definitely I'll come.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there are going to be 2 events for adults. So 45-kilometer cycle and a 22.5-kilometer cycle for adults. And then for kids, we have a 4.5-kilometer cycle. So we want all people, all ages, whether you are big or small, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We are Mutovi.
Kuchana kids.
Yes. Yes, we are
bike ragi.
If you don't have a bike, through the link, you can hire a bike for the day.
Oh,
yes.
Through the link.
Yes.
Great. So guys, I'm going to link about a screen up. Let's have fun. Let's go and have fun. Don't go madam. You have fun. I'm going to 4 and 5 kilometers.
Yes, 4.5 kilometers.
4.5, yeah. Fun waripo. Sagandi ne families timono cycle. But what specific health benefits do you hope participants will gain from this event during and after the event?
So we want people to be aware. That's number one.
Yes.
That you need to look after your heart and how you do it. So cycling is a very easy way of exercising and looking after your heart.
Yeah.
So we just want to make that a fun family event, and through that you also teach your kids as well to be active as well. So we just want people to get involved, and by getting involved with IGO, we also want people to know what IGO really does, so that people afterwards reach out to us and we can help where we can.
So what activities can participants expect during the event aside from cycling, and is it going to be like a competition or something like that?
So it's not going to be a competition. It's more of a family fun day, a cycling event. So people are going to cycle. After that, the kids have there were games for the kids. They can participate. We have lots of giveaways. And then we have a healthy eating booth. So just be there, see what's going to happen.
Healthy eating booth.
Yes, muchachka. Tinotoda kuti mudyewo. See, zvamuri kudya zvacho. On this day we're eating healthy.
Eating healthy.
Food. Yes.
So when people say eating healthy, is it eating green or what?
So eating green, but people think that could we eat healthy, you just have to be eating salads.
No.
Food is fun. So you're supposed to eat, but make sure that you're just eating the right quantities of everything.
So guys, I need to know now to eating health. So I need to eating health. But anyways, how will the event promote family bonding and education on health lifestyles?
So, there's a study I read recently. Hansi, if you are active, you and your wife are active, your children are 6 times more likely to be more active in life. So that's what we want to promote. It starts with you. So we want people to come in, bring their families, show them that being active is normal, because that's what we need to tell our kids. We need to tell them that, this life that we're living today of sitting 8 hours a day and then sitting at home and then not doing anything, that's wrong. So we want kids to know more about activity, and we also want to educate our adults as well.
Great. So you know what? Whenever people gather, a lot of things, some things might go wrong, and but any safety measures in place during the event?
Yes, we do. So we're working with Cycling Zimbabwe. They're going to be providing marshals who are going to be in the road. They'll be helping our cyclists out.
Yes.
We're also working with the police. They will also be there to man the event and to direct traffic where is necessary. We're also working with Manika Bikes, who's also our partner. They're the ones who are hiring out the bikes for us. So they have put in place, they're going to put in place technicians on the road. So if you have a problem with your bike, they will fix it for you.
Great.
They'll also be there at the starting point at Borrowdale Office Park. And if you have any issue with your bike, they'll fix it for you on the day.
Nice. So, Doctor, what is the long-term goal besides the cycling event? Any other services that you offer as a unit?
So all these services that I was talking about, cancer screening, dietitians, fitness coaches, this is our long term. What we want, like I said, is we want Zimbabwe to be healthy. Yeah.
I like that.
So the long term goal is that you get involved and then you come back to us and say, okay, where do we go from here?
Yes.
Yeah, and we'll show you the direction. We don't think you need to keep living the unhealthy life you're living.
Yeah.
We want to change your trajectory.
Yes, that's very true. Your last words to our audience.
So I just want the audience to know, come to the event, get involved with our cycling event. DJ Ola will be there. I will be there.
Yep.
And if you need to reach out for any help with Sima's IGO, if you want to know more about health, about preventative medicine, about wellness in general, please give us a call at Sima's IGO. We are the health people.
So how do they get in touch with you?
So we're going to give you contacts.
Yep.
And you can get in touch with us on the phone. You can send us an email. We are there on social media.
Yep.
Our pages are Sima's IGO. So just get in touch with us.
Sima's IGO. Thank you so much, Dr. Missy, for coming.
Thank you, DJ Ola.
Great. Guys, I'm leaving. See you at the Sima's IGO. To cycle for wellness.
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching. We love you. Guys, my name is DJ Ola 7 Owen. We're coming to the Chief Air Marshal on your #1 podcast in the land, the Ola 7 podcast. It is another exciting episode of your favorite show, On the Spot. So on this segment, I sit down and talk to people from all walks of life, politicians, business people, artists, sports people, and anybody making the news. You name them, and we have them on this platform. So today on the show, we have a truly electrifying guest, Vimbai Zimuto. If you don't know her yet, she's the powerhouse who literally stole the show at the Zimfest with her unforgettable performance alongside Oriano, a singer, dancer, and cultural trailblazer. Vimbai has been shaking up the Zimbabwean music scene with her bold artistry, traditional rhythms, and also unapologetic creativity. Welcome, Vimbai, to the show. How are you, my sister?
Thank you so much,
Good to have you.
Oh my God, it's been long overdue, I think.
Yeah, very true. It's been long overdue.
Yes.
I was like, when is Vimbai gonna come?
Yeah, I was asking myself the exact same question. You've been avoiding me.
No, I wasn't. I remember there was a time when I was still on radio when I wanted to interview you.
Okay.
Those days, I think you had just released your half nudes or something like that. And
okay.
Then I was told by my then producer that, it has a meaning. There's a reason why she's doing that. I'm like, okay. And a lot of people were judging you. There were a lot of talk. People were just, being
people.
Being people. So that's the time I wanted to interview you.
Okay.
But I'm glad that finally you're here today.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll talk about that as well later on. You were born on 19 October 1983.
Yes.
Wow. In Chitungwiza.
Yes.
Can you just tell us about your childhood? How was it like growing up there, and how, those early experiences shaped you, the person who you are today? Born as an artist or as just a person?
All right. Well, wow. Vimbai Zimuto, Vimbai Nashe Zimuto, born at Zengeza Clinic, 1983. Born to two parents who met at Hama Mission. I know that story very well.
Wow.
Story for another day.
Yeah. Hama Mission. Where is Hama Mission?
Somewhere in Masvingo province.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think my dad was Form 4 and my mom was Form 3. It's a very interesting story. But yeah. So I grew up Kuzengeza 3. I was raised by my grandmother, Amaiva Amai. And if for some reason I was given my grandmother's name, Amaiva Baba.
So Vimbai.
So Vimbai Nashe, I'm a junior.
You okay?
And so I went to Zengeza 8 primary school. That's where I met my first encounter with music. I was in the percussion band. That's very long.
That's when you were 6 years old.
Yes, I think I still remember the song we sang. It was saying Mazitate Guru Kagubinane Handa Lovenga Nana Chingai. I was playing a tambourine, so I remember that very well.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and I think I did that in my grade 2, and then when I was about grade 5, that's when I joined the traditional dance group.
You're now about 12 years.
No, 12. That's like grade 7, I think.
Okay. So 11. What about
around
10, 11?
10, 11.
Okay.
Yeah. I was in the traditional dance group at the school, so we did. My first traditional dance was Mbakumba, so we did Mbakumba, and then I think that's the same year my mom passed away.
Oh, sad.
And my dad passed away, I think, the following year.
Oh.
So it was a very tough 2 years for us, me and my little brother and the whole family at large. And then from there, because I was just an outdoor person, I was mostly an activity kind of girl.
Yeah.
I was also in the school choir. I was in the netball team. I was in the volleyball team. I did a lot of sports in primary school. Yeah, and also in secondary school. So I think basically I'm an active outdoor kind of person. Yeah. And then when I went to Form 1, actually grade 7, that's when we did Mangwiro. I think if you've gone to my page, you'll see I sang a small part of Mangwiro. People were like on my page asking a lot, oh my God, this brings memories. It's really, really amazing that most people still remember Mangwiro. It was such a beautiful song. And Form 1, I went to Zengeza High School.
Oh, that's where I went as well.
Oh, really?
I did my O-level at Zengeza High.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Who was the headmaster?
Runesu. But then I think
Isu Tangataba, because Runesu came after Mr. Chinyingetere,
exactly,
who happened to be our headmaster.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. We called him the drum majorate. He used to march throughout the corridors and make hell for everybody, including the teachers. It was so visible. You could see it on the teacher's face that this guy has been through Chinyingetere. Something has been said. You know how high school kids. Yeah. So in my Form 1, I also joined the school choir. I joined there was no traditional dance in high school. So I was in the school choir. I did netball. I was also in the volleyball. I did basketball. I also played hockey with Mr. Mtembedzami, so rest in peace. That man was just amazing for us because he was also training netball as well. And then I was in the drum majorates. I'm actually going to watch my team at the Harare Agricultural Show. I support them every year.
Okay.
And and then after that, I went to Zimbabwe College of Music. I did ethnomusicology, and by then I was already a mother, and my baby was Kisha, and I could carry her on my back going to college. It was not acceptable, but I had to figure out a way to balance everything, as a single mom and everything. And I remember at some point we used to have an all-female band. I think that was 2003, 2004.
Okay.
We had an all-female band that we created at Zimbabwe College of Music. And then I remember the Herald coming to do an interview.
Yeah.
And then they saw me on the congas with my congas, and I was carrying my baby with the bereko.
Oh.
And they wanted to do a story about the all-female band.
Yeah.
And then they saw me, they were like, okay, this is a bigger story.
Exactly. That's the story now.
So I was kicked out of the band.
Because of that? Because you took the limelight?
Yes.
Oh.
I just heard that everybody has gone to Bulawayo, the performance. I'm like, how come I don't know?
Hey.
How come I don't know? Yeah. But I'm glad because that's the year I joined Umoja Cultural Flying Carpet. Which was an exchange program that was sponsored by the Swedish Embassy. Yeah, kudos to Swedish Embassy for always supporting the arts. So Umoja Cultural Flying Carpet was involved with different countries. Like we had like Zimbabwe, Mozambique, South Africa, and Norway as well. And then that's where I met Oliver Mtukudzi, because he was the brand ambassador for Umoja Cultural Flying Carpet. And I remember our first encounter was I was sitting on the floor holding my mbira, and he came to do a speech. You can imagine, as a young artist who is who's got dreams, who's dreaming big, and then a superstar comes on stage and you never met him. All those nostalgic moments where you saw your mom singing my songs are Oliver Mtukudzi.
Yes.
Vakagara kuseri kwe 544, my Peugeot 544 back then.
Yeah.
Then I was like, I didn't think I was ever going to meet this superstar. And then after that, I think when we greeted him and then we just went back, and then Sam Mataure came to me and then he says, we are kubasa. That was for me. We are kubasa. And for me, that was like the first, I would say, stepping stone to actually doing international music. And actually being on an international stage and doing amazing things. So it was like a proper opportunity.
Yeah. So you started performing with Oliver Mtukudzi?
Yes, I started. Actually, exactly a week later, I was in Stratford.
Serious?
In the UK, yes, on stage.
You were playing which instrument?
I was playing bira, and I was also a vocalist.
Wow.
Yeah, I got Black Spirits, yeah.
So by then, you knew all the Tukus music, songs?
Look, as an artist who grew up in Zimbabwe, where Oliver Mtukudzi and Thomas Mafumo were the biggest artists. I think the generation of nowadays, we have big artists who others are following.
Yes.
We had Oliver Mtukudzi, we had Thomas Mafumo, we also had all the other James Chimombes and the John Chibaduras, and but when you have such artists, you already know the music. I could sing most of Oliver Mtukudzi's songs, so it was quite easy for me to just get into the band.
So you performed with Oliver Mtukudzi for how long?
For about 3 years.
3 years together?
Yeah.
And what then you went separate ways?
Then I joined the Daughters of Africa. That was the moment I left the band. It's not like I was kicked out or something like that. I had to move on with my career and also look for
other opportunities as well.
Yeah, my own brand and build up from there, so that you don't just stay as a backing vocalist. I'm always a backing vocalist. If someone needs me to help them in the studio, I always do that.
Okay,
it's not a big
even now.
Even now,
yeah, because I saw you in the UK with Oriano recently.
Yes. Oh wow,
that was splendid. That was a good performance, by the way.
Thank you.
You did very well. I loved it. I even talked about it on our podcast.
Really?
I was like, but it was a near kiss though. Yeah.
Oh, that one was.
That was almost like close to.
Close to?
Yeah, because we were like, But did that end on stage? I'll be honest.
I knew you were gonna ask that.
Be honest. Did that end on stage?
Of course, it ended on stage because we are professional artists.
Okay, we'll talk about that later on. Okay.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah, but being in school choir, that recorded an album.
Yes.
And also joining traditional dance groups, at that young age. Did those experiences make you feel, that performing was your calling, or was it something you discovered along the way?
What happened to me was very difficult because I was in an era where music was never really a thing. It was always chema rombe.
Yeah.
And as a woman being in the music industry, I think one of my top those days was Katarina.
Yes.
And Mbuya Stella Chiweshe, Mbuya Biola Jkoko, Chuoniso Maraire. So it was not exactly as inviting as it is now, because now we have more female artists into the music industry. Back then, waitonzi hauna hunu, uruda utraya kuta say and all that. So it was not exactly inviting for you to actually be a musician.
Yeah, true.
You always see yourself as uchatongweta ma dancing queen.
Yes, ma dancing queen. Yeah.
Like Zaita Katarina.
Yeah.
But I actually watched Katarina live performance at Zengeza Foba.
Oh wow!
Yes, I think
back then
because she used to come na Safiri
Zengeza
Foba.
Yeah,
we would go there, and Ryan Rese munogara front.
Exactly. Yeah.
Tonogara pa front. Vachitora mazesa moto muzhinji. So yeah, I think zvekuti ndakaenda kwachibadura ndechinyepa chibadura airidza panyamutamba
hotel
taitotonge tiri kubhawa isu tiri kuzengeza 3 because speaker yacho yaisvika tasingatorari taitongoti guys ngatingobudisei makadzi ka tongotamba crazy tichitongonzwa
chibadura
because
yeah, you talked about that two things that I want to ask that you've talked about. One being, left nevabereki vachidepata, at a young age. You were young then. So how did you then manage kuti musvike pamakazosvika makakudzwa nani after that?
I was raised by my grandmother.
Gogo, mai wa mai.
But my relatives from the Zimuto side, they were always involved.
Oh yes.
Saka kumusha taitenda kumusha for holiday.
Kwa gutu ya.
Tonobatsira mbia vedu chinzuru chipinzwa mudura nevanonza mudura munika.
Urika kupinda nako.
Ikako.
Yes.
Tinda ipinda.
Tinda ulitore chikafu. Uwe nacho.
So I was raised in a gogo wangu plus also kudara tairezwa ne community.
Okay.
Kanchitairezwa necommunity ndorava kuti right now ndikaenda kuzengeza 3
yes
ndikasabva ikoko ndamhoresa raini rese it won't work. Ndofanira kutoti gogo makadi
we7 vavo
gogo chuma gogo ali gogo katananga uchimhoresa munhu wese because vanga vari mabhururu ana gogo vangu saka taitongovati vana gogo. So up to now if ndikatosvika kuzengeza ka ndichitosvika pamaraini ndokunotozosvika kumba later ndambomhoresa maraini. So I actually really adore that fact.
Yeah. The other question is just a follow-up. You talked about working with the legend, the late Dr. Oliver Mtukudzi.
Yeah.
So, what would you say are maybe the 2 key lessons that you learned from working with Mdaratugu?
Wow. Shakawanda sha. Wanditi 2.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, ndakadzidza kuti performance is not an emergency. So that means you are not going to just go on stage.
Yes.
Usina prepare. You have to be prepared for your performance.
Yeah.
And also, kana wakwenda pa stage, you need to look at your audience, see what they want to be served today. Because sometimes unogona kwenda nechimbo chako chaurifunga kuti ndochiri kufarirwa nevanhu.
Yes.
And yet vanhu vanenge vane song yawe vari kuda. Or vanenge vachifila something else.
Yeah.
Like I'll give an example. Mdara vaigona kupinda negitara vaiiti fillers.
Yeah.
Kanjinda pa stage. Atidomboita fillers. Voenda vonorova kana kuti mai varamba. Or vanogona kutanga ne wake up, open your eyes.
Wow.
Anditi. And then panopera song iyoyo vanenge kutoziva kuti ayo vanhu vari kuda zvejoy. Saka takutonopinda rove ngoma tawarawe chakutoenda chakadai so oro vanhu ava vari kufarira kavaibe aka. Saka ngatipinde pa murime munhu ivhu anditi. So you would know isu taingota samdara kuti nhasi tikuita fillers.
Exactly.
Because you know how difficult that is especially dealing nemfesi anenge aine 60 plus albums.
Yes.
You have to know every song. And you have to be prepared all the time.
Hey.
So I learned a lot, and especially panau yekuva prepared to deliver.
Yeah.
He always said kuti you don't go on stage to apologize. Kuti sorry you guys. Nasi guitar rangu people are here to see you and to see you perform and do your thing. You're not coming to apologize. Bruga rangu razodambuka ndo nasi ndanonotswa because you're not
do your thing.
And another thing, time management is very important.
Yeah.
I remember at some point time boita magiga yakuti munongono perform anytime.
Yeah.
And then it got to a point where Mdara would say, I'm performing from 11 to 1. I don't know if any of you knew that.
Yeah.
The first time Mdara did that, vakashika pa stage na 11, vanhu vari vashoma, HICC.
Yeah.
Takatorova. 11 to 1 o'clock 1 o'clock tataburuka pa stage tatatopedza trust me the next show by 11 vanhu vanga vachi
vanhu vanga kuti tikanonoka tinompotsa mudhara ende ndo time dzake
ende vanhu vanga kuti 11 wasvika makazara kuti because people now vakuzoti mudhara kana vati 11
it's 11 and just to add papanyaya yautareyo and agree with what you're saying. Dara Truk, I think I've done a couple of gigs with him. I got one day did the MC.
Okay.
And he would say even through Sam, Ola, tukupina ngwa pa stage. Ndikati mukupina na 10. Ndara tukuna 8:30 and akagara parking.
Exactly.
A superstar akagara parking atomirira time yake kuperforma. Kana ngokwana same alpha tutachiwe mpindi. Awuda zokumutaka makupi. Like, you know, I see this superstar mentality irikukanganisa our artists these days. Because I know who's going to perform na 1. Iye anoshika na 2:30 somewhere there. Ajisuka pakamura chidzika. It's like this superstar mentality, but you are actually depriving munu arikubhadhara mari anwamu a fan ya bhadhara mari kuti iuye kuzokuona iwewe.
The thing is, Ola, if you come late and just go on stage, it's going to be very difficult for you to understand what your crowd feels like today.
Exactly, yeah.
And what to expect, what you're gonna give today. And I also feel kuti Mudara never had a bodyguard. I don't know if you knew.
Yes, true.
He never did. And I don't know why. I never asked him. I would not speak on his behalf. But I would say kuti it gave him that confidence that I don't know about gig jema tapedza jema todzokera padate and it. So I feel like ukauya last minute vanhu vari kukuziva you're a superstar and all that, but I feel like zvinokubatsira even to see others perform, and then see what others are doing, because wakachila and hauna pressure. And hauna pressure. So me, I learned a lot. I can tell you like a bunch of these things that a lot that I learned from Dara.
I like that.
And also nyema contracts. Kuti don't live without a contract. Kuti unosumuka usina kupuwa mari yamawirana pa contract azviite. And also Shakawanda, I can't even pick.
Yeah, because you know he was a legend, of course.
He was a legend.
Dr. Oliver Mtukudzi. So right now, makutungamira chikwara group Daughters of Africa.
Yeah.
Tungamira Makali Sounds.
Yeah.
Right. So uchisangasa African rhythms and also the global influences nishimwe zvakadaro. Zvinoriri kwauri this kuve muchikamu ichi uye kutungamira band rako unoona sei, you know, semaitire kuronga music inoremekeza tradition at the same time ichifambirana zvakare ne global influence.
All right. So what happens is when you get into a circle where everyone is bringing what they bring from their backyard, you start to realize that we are not pushing our own culture forward enough. And that's the moment you're not okay, now, what am I going to give to these people so that they really see the Zimbabwe side of me? So that's when the mbira comes in. That's when the traditional music comes in. That's where the traditional drum comes in. That's where the yodeling comes in. So for me, it's like a learning curve every day, but I feel like there's a lot that we haven't explored in our own culture. I was given an example when I was doing a studio session with Trust. I'm working with Trust Samende. He's an amazing guitarist, amazing producer.
Absolutely.
And I gave him an example. Do you know when you listen to ngoma ZZCC Mbungo, unonzwa mapiano?
Imomemia.
Ngoma ZZCC Mbungo there.
Yes.
I will not be surprised if someone actually listened to ZCC Mbungo and went and created mapiano. I will not be surprised.
Right?
Yeah. So we have all that. And we are takangomira to somebody.
Atange. Exactly.
We have so much culture and so much of our own that we have created. We are just not pushing it enough. So
Zvemunyika
medu isusu. Zvataka creator isusu.
But you have, of late you haven't been full-time in Zim, right?
Yeah.
And funny part is you are not full-time in Zim, but you're focusing more on like traditional music, like, you know, at global stage. But we have our own artists who are actually in Zim, and they're trying to be like Western artists. And what do you think about that? What do you have to say?
Okay. Chekutanga. With music, just know who you're targeting and where you want to go. If you are targeting local Zimbabwean audiences, that's all right.
Yeah.
You can sing whatever and people love it, and you just stay local.
Yeah.
If you want to go international, depending on which side of international you want to go, you have to also include the Zimbabwean side of you. The Zimbabwean side of you. Because if you don't include the Zimbabwean side of you, you are going to be swallowed by people who are doing their own thing. And they all cannot get at their thing. You can't beat them in their own
you
game.
Can't.
You can't beat them.
Exactly.
There's no way you Gimba Songa the same way Ariana Grande sings it. And then you surpass Ariana Grande. Azvite. Azvite.
Hey.
Not Kutishoni, you are not better than Ariana, but the industry will not allow you. Because
exactly, that's very true.
They will never allow you to be better than Ariana Grande. You ever go push Ariana wewe. They will never allow it.
Yeah, that's very true.
Sakonoramba uchirira ikoko
Vimbai, your music, your albums like Kurekwemeso and Hapana Kuonenda alongside with these things like Kuhope and there's a Tino that showcase a mix of traditional Zimbabwean rhythms and contemporary Afrobeat. How do you approach creating music, that honors tradition while also experimenting the modern sounds?
So, because I did traditional dance and I did school choir, and I think I have a very good foundation of understanding the Zimbabwean culture and where it is at and where it's going. One thing you need to understand is we haven't even explored much to actually really include our own culture in our own music. So, what I do when I'm creating my music is I think about what I'm thinking about in that moment and what's going on in that moment.
Yeah.
And I look at the current affairs. I look at what it was back then and how it is now. So I try to sing what's relevant to me and also to my audience that's going to receive the music. So when I'm mixing, sometimes I mix I put a proper upbeat Afrobeat, and then I put my mbira in it.
Okay.
Or I put the yodeling in it. Or I put some congas or so. I try to make sure that I don't run away from who I am. I've tried running away from who I am.
Okay.
I think we all know that at some point in the music. And I feel like but at the end of the day, you also reflect as an artist.
Yeah.
Okay, why am I going there? It's because pane my influences anangari ground.
Yeah.
You don't have to run away from. Kuti munhu wese ari kuridza iso rekanditry part of that.
Yeah.
But then also not no, let's go back mugwara matati mbori.
Yes.
So yeah, that's what I try to do.
Now, looking back at your discography, which songs or albums hold the most personal meaning, for you? And can you just share maybe any stories or inspirations behind them that fans might not know?
You mean from other artists?
From
other artists or my own?
Yours.
My own albums. Okay. I have Kurekwemeso. I think Kurekwemeso was my second album. After Renonzi Ndawana Mkana, which I did a solo mbira and vocal. So Kurekwemeso is my grandmother helped me to write that whole album. So it really resonates with me very much. Even pandakanyora song inonzi Kunyanga ndakatoinyora ndakagara pastubu nagogas vakagara apa ndichiti because it just goes vaingonditi ndakamabvunza as a question gogo what do you think about the difference between prophets and traditional healers? Yes. Where do you see yourself in this side? And then her answer was like, you know what, muzukuru, tiri maZimbabweans tinozviramba zvedu kuti tiri kwese but tiri kwese. We are traditionalists as much as we are Christians. And when we go into our backyards takuita zvechivanhu chedu tinozviita zvichipera kana takuenda kuchechi toenda futi kuchechi tonoita zvichipera. And unfortunately we don't want to admit kuti this is who we are. Tine musanganiswa. And even ukabvunza mwana unoenda kuchechi kuti takanzwa kuti kwenyu kwakarohwa guva rakarohwa because traditionally we do that. Traditionally, we do that.
Do you think, while you're still there, do you think it's possible for a Zimbabwean, 100% Zimbabwean, to be 100% Christian and not being, not practicing, our tradition? Yeah.
As long as you have your forefathers and they are still alive, that can be very, very tricky.
Yeah.
Because you can do your Christianity and then at some point muchabvunzana zvekumusha kwenyu nezvekudzinza renyu nekubvunzana mitupo. I think if you've noticed mu class, when kids now, when they start class vanotanga vanamata, but at some point vachabvunzwa kunzi unobva kupi, mutupo wako ndiani, chidawo chenyu ndiani. It's part of, even Shona is a language paunodzidza unotobvunzwa kunzi kune mutupo wakati, kune chidawo chakati, and zvinoreve izvozvo in our tradition. So we can do a lot of Christianity, but I feel it's very hard for us to just let go of our tradition. I think to name wrong perspective, you've got tradition uroi.
I totally understand.
Dopa not any problem. You've got munano practice a tradition. Anoita zvekuroi. Kana anoita zvekubata-bata. Kana anoita zvekurumba.
Pamoja zvinazombofanana.
No, hazvina. Kuma Kristu kune vamwe vanhu vakaipa zvekuti unotoshamisika kuti are you sure ndamai webhacha? Are you sure kuti ndimufundisa?
Samai webhacha.
Vakuita zvavo vachivukura vakapfeka bhachi. You'll be shocked. So hakuna kusina mutadzi and hakuna kusina muroi. Kuma Christian iko kune
variko as well.
Vanotokuvengera kuti wapuwa chigaro chechi. Vanotokuvengera kuti wazomirire kumberi koko. Mavaona here nhasi vanga vakapfeka dress rakadai riya takamborona rakapfekwa nemunin'ina wacho vari kutoshaina kuti nderavo kai.
And there's chitika muma churches as well.
You see, so it happens everywhere.
I understand. Now, let's talk about your motherhood and other personal challenges. In 2019, you had a headline in the Herald that read in a quote, the other side of Vimbai Zimuto, and you told the Herald that you had your first daughter at 20 and were not married to her father. Joking that it was one of those stupid childhood mistakes in courts. So how did you end up there, Vimbai?
Hola, you kill me,
No, I won't. I will not.
You know what? When you're 20, munenge muchita zvekutungana kwembudzi. Munenge usati wakutomboziva kana kuti what do you need in a man? What do you need in marriage? You don't even know what marriage is. And, in that moment, munongoita zvinoitika panguva iyoyo. And then it so happens that there's a result, a child comes. The situation itself is the mistake, but the child is never a mistake. The child, my daughter is now 21.
Okay, wow.
She is doing very well. She is going to university. And I'm very proud of her.
Great.
Saka zvinongoitika ipapo vanhu kuseka oita sei and then onzi akazodai mara inotaura but kana mwana akura anenge atokura atorerwa
and ndo zvinenge zvitori paground
ndo zvinenge zvitoripo.
So do you still say it was a stupid
it's a stupid situation but the child is not the mistake. She's a blessing.
So are you co-parenting with the father, or is just in his own world? Or you're doing your own stuff?
Ndikakudza kuti
yeah, you have to tell me. I know a lot of single moms, when it comes to the raising and parenting, sometimes they are just the father and the mother, two in one.
And the good thing is I have a very good backbone with family. My grandmother has always been there, but vakazoshaya zvavo.
Sad, yeah.
But I had a good support from my family. And my tetes dzimwe nguva vaitombotora mwana vombogara naye and all that. But baba vake
havana kumbopinda baba
ndairamba ndichivatextera kufonera mwana tekera tingotaura ine mwana and all that. And then last year when she turned 21 vakati vakuda kuziva mwana wavo. So mwana haasi kuda achada. asiri mwana kamuna ne
We have a situation there. Yeah, she's now an adult.
Mwana hachada anotori nesenemi yababa vake and baba vake anovaziva akambotaura navo once or twice because ini ndendichisa push factor because ini ndakakura vabereki vangu vakashayawo navaziva.
Exactly.
I really wanted her kuti ange aine at least a connection
nababa vake. That's true.
And I wanted that for her. But that didn't happen. Even nema text or WhatsApp or whatever. Dini ndaingo initiator every time. But now she's an adult.
Akuramba. So what are you saying to her now? She's refusing.
Ndakangovaudzawo kuti mwana haasi kuda.
And what did he say?
Of course he wants to see his child. She looks like him. She's a photocopy of him. Nemagrazi. Nemagrazi.
But in these situations, I understand. I totally understand. But sometimes, especially, let me say that. Mwana akura, mwana less responsibilities somehow. But in your case, would you say it was a matter of responsibilities, him running away from being responsible, a responsible father, paying fees and stuff?
I don't think so, because I told him,
yeah.
The only thing I wanted was a relationship with mwana, a relationship with baba wake. That's all.
So in other words, you're saying, was he like your real boyfriend or it was by accident? Because it's not sometimes it's not it's maybe, look, I'm not in a relationship with you, but then and as a result I'm pregnant and I'm not going to abort, something like that.
I said, so it's something and that's it.
And from there, I'm not with any.
From there, avakangoya kumpakazvarwa mwana vakamuona kuti uyu mwana wavo. Mwana, I know kuti tinotora nyema DNA, but mwana asina kana 5 minutes azvarwa anenge akafanana nababa vake.
Exactly. Just to prove
kuti uyu. And I told Nika vakangoya vakangomuona zvima minutes iwayo, and that was it. And then patazobva nangonzoti vakazoendawo ku UK vakazasisa. That was a long time ago. It's a long time.
Did you forgive him for that?
Inini, look, Ola, I forgive you so that I forgive myself.
Okay.
I've learned the word forgiveness on a higher level.
Okay.
Saka word kuti forgiveness kana ndichikuforgiva iwewe, I'm doing that for me. Forgiveness is the most selfish word there is.
Yeah.
It's the most selfish word. If you don't use forgiveness, then you don't love yourself enough. Yeah. Forgiveness is all about me forgiving you so that I can have peace.
That's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep.
So when I look at him, he's the father of my child. He's always gonna be the father of my child. That today, mwana akati mama ndauda kuziya baba vangu. Ina hari.
You just simply show her the way.
Vanhu ngavaziwane because ndo ropa rake ndo hama dzake. If something is needed to be done as a mwana weikoko, tinotoenda ikoko zvotobuda.
Yeah, that's really deep.
Forgiveness is very personal. For me, ndakatodzidza today andina munhu wandine grudge naye.
Exactly.
Kana ukandibowa nongokudzoti wandibowa.
Exactly.
And wandibowa kusvika pa this level. But I forgive you.
Wow. So just take us back, to that time. What was it like, for you as a young mom, and how, did that experience shape the woman and artist you are today?
Wow, I had to have so much discipline. I think munoziva kuti muindustry medu tine iya yekunzi vamwe vedu vazhinji vedu vakafa nemukondombera. Kudhara yainzi mukondombera.
Shura
matongo. Uchiti ukangozvimba fizunza ane magoodbye.
Yeah, magoodbye. Yeah.
Vakafa nemushura matongo ka. Aiwa ndo vakafa chaivo.
Yakakusiya izei mazuva acho, but vanhu vacho mazuva
kudhara kwaitove nestatistic yainzi 1 in 4 people. Saiti tikangogara vanhu 4. 1 in 4
pakati pedapanana.
Taito tikagara vanhu 4 tototi guys anayo ndiani.
Exactly.
But I think inini azvinei kuti ndandakangwara kana kuti chii, but what I told myself is I think the same thing I told myself before, because like I said, my mom and dad had me in high school.
Oh yeah.
So when I finished high school, I don't want to make the same mistakes my parents made.
Yes.
So even when I had my child ndakamita after high school, even when my sexual encounter ndakaita after high school.
Yes.
So after that, okay, since now ndani mwana, let me not repeat the same mistake. So when I had my second child, I was in marriage. I had a proper wedding, nemurume wangu, tikatomuva tikanogara ku Netherlands and everything, because I was telling myself, kuti, you can't be hit on the same nail twice.
Yes. So you still married to that husband?
No, we divorced because of different
what happened
reasons.
Was it the same? Just tell us.
we had a cultural difference, like a big cultural difference.
Was he not a Zimbabwean?
No, he was Dutch.
He was Dutch.
Yes.
So it was about cultural difference.
Takaita kama cultural differences are very drastic. We had friendship, we had companionship, but pani zvaileka nezvaisina kumira mushe. Plus ndakaenda nogara in a small town apa ndichibva kuchitungwiza.
Hey.
Saka imagine.
Yeah.
Ndakaenda nogara in a small town chibva kuchitungwiza, and I had my daughter with me. And she had to learn Dutch.
Oh.
And I was a new mom. My baby was small when I moved.
Yes.
Ndakato move, I think she was born here. And then I moved a week later or something like that. So ndakato famba nekamwana
kacheche.
And then vananogara in a small town, very quiet village.
Hey.
Saka ndakaita my emotions nema anonzi machi kana kuti postpartum, I don't know. So I had a lot of things going on. And I needed to also learn the language.
Yeah.
I needed to adjust to my new lifestyle. I needed to adjust to being married.
Yeah.
And I needed my daughter to also catch up. Sakai was going through a lot.
At the same time.
Yeah. So I think in the first 3 years, it was just
trying to adapt.
And then after that, but what is this?
Exactly.
What is she gonna be okay? And are we gonna be okay? So we decided, it was actually a mutual agreement
to say this is not really working.
It's not working out. Let's just see. And he helped me to switch from just being from being married to just having my own life.
Yeah.
And from there, ndakatanga kudzidza language, ndakatanga kuita so, because he was also helping his parents. Oh my God, they were so amazing. His mom, I'll never forget that woman.
Wow.
She was a mom to me.
So you stayed together for about 3 years?
About 3.5, or actually 4 years.
Yeah, together.
Like that.
Wow. So how did you meet?
We met when I was on tour of Daughters of Africa.
And he was like, wow.
Yeah, he came to watch our show, I think 4 or 5 times.
Yes.
And then he came to Zimbabwe to see me.
Oh.
Yes, he came.
And you are so in love.
Yes, he came to Zimbabwe to see me. We spent some time here.
Yeah.
And then after that, we planned our lives. And then,
So when did you divorce?
A couple of years back, yeah.
So are you now married again?
No, I'm in a steady relationship.
You're in a steady relationship? Looking forward to a marriage?
Well, we all want marriage, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not, I would say that, I'm not eager. I'm not eager to say, let's get married.
Yes.
Let's do this. What I want is companionship. And I want someone I'm really connected with.
So you're now in a relationship with is he Zimbabwean? Or is still Dutch?
Very Zimbabwean.
Very Zimbabwean? We want to try to avoid the previous mistake of trying to adjust and adapt again.
Taura zvako shamwari urambosvingoti hanzi takaita maproblem cultural difference wabva pane uyu wakuinda kumakongolisa.
So he was Dutch and white.
Yes.
So you have a colored.
Ndine kakamwana kamukaradi.
Wow.
Ndine mukeda.
Mind you, I'm thinking you have a colored, a daughter or son?
She's a daughter.
A daughter, yeah, a colored daughter, and you are so much into our culture and tradition.
Yeah.
And she's like mixed, culture.
Yeah.
How do you balance that? Like, okay, as a mother, I do this, I practice mbira zedu, we do whatever that we do in Zimbabwean culture, and you are coming from this side. How do you balance that for her?
To be honest, it's been tough because it took me years for her to accept kudya sadza.
Hey.
ndaingomuti trodya nemaoko because akaenda kwa baba vake anenge achinoona a different culture.
Exactly.
Plus also kwa baba vake kuna full blown family.
Wow.
Kuna baba, kuna mbuya sekuru, cousins and all that. Inini vangu vari kuZimbabwe.
Yeah.
Saka ane a bigger cultural learning from her father's side. And inini ndinomboedza guys. Ndinoedza. Munhu wacho ndiendurana. Makaradha anonetsa yonozviziva.
So uri kumuticha Shona here?
Shona, yes, she's learning a couple of words, but she finds it very funny. And you know how it is.
Exactly.
Anotozotanga kuti akaenda pane vamwe vana boss as Zimbabweans we have meetings.
Yeah.
Dzekuti tinosangana nevana vedu and some other Zimbabweans. Saka of course kune makaradhi hobo.
Yeah.
Vanozoti vagara paso kuti guys, are you learning Shona? And then they start to diss each other. Shona,
yes.
Miss Kwaiwe. They actually learned the Miss Kwa recently.
Recently, yeah.
Ndikati aiwa guys, mbumirai. Taona mwana kuti mama, Miss Kwai.
That's a Miss Kwai. That's fun. That's funny though.
Yeah.
You know, you have experienced both. A life with a white guy, a life with a black guy.
Hola.
Tell us, Vimbai. We want to know, because we just hear different perceptions, different stories from people without experience, though. So you have experienced it for 3.5 years, 4 years, and you have experienced it again with black guys. Just tell us, is there any difference? You're cultured guy.
You are ungovernable. Totally ungovernable.
Yeah, tell us. Yeah, but tell us.
Okay. Let me just say this. Kana kwine chinhu chandakaita appreciate about relationships now.
Yeah.
Now that I'm older and wiser, and I appreciate fact yekuti it's very important to date someone who understands you culturally. Who understands you when you speak your mother tongue.
Okay.
Who understands you kana ukati miswai.
Exactly.
Zoti murungu ndikamudza kuti kune miswai iri kunetsa kuZimbabwe. Azvinzwisise.
Exactly.
And ndikamudza kuti shamari, can you believe kuti ninguya uya akazodai? He can't relate because anenge asinganzwisise kuri kubva vibe rese. Akandona ndichisekenyeka pa social media. He can never relate.
Yeah.
Saka ndakatanga kuappreciata even kudzwa unzi ndinokuda neshona
kwakanaka.
Kunika that. So I just started to appreciate my own people more because I start to understand kuti it's very important even for your children. It's important. You don't have to go on to explain. Ndakutanga kuunderstanda why maindia vasingade zvekuti vange vachimixa nemamwe culture. It's not kuti havadi or whatever, but it's good for their own culture. It's good for the children that are going to be born, because mukaita kamwana kenyu kari black/Chinese. Anditi mukutopa mwana matambudziko.
Very true.
Matambudziko mukutopa mwana. I know kuti love iriko, yes. Madanana, love, everything happens, mabo. But I feel like mukarorana vematongo. Like it's one of my things tagara ndo zvataingoita zvekurorana vematongo. Mukarorana vematongo, you don't have to explain to anybody. You don't have to explain
because zvenyu zvese mukuita zvinofambirana.
Kana muchigezesana maoko kana mukaudzwa kunzi vakuru vanoitirwa so. It's not like a complicated explanation. Mwana anongokura in that bracket. Achingoziva kuti ndizvozvo.
Right. But you haven't answered me.
Kuti ayo. I
was paying attention to what you were saying, and I loved it. That's why I didn't interject. But try. It's just a simple thing. You have experienced both.
Hola.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me say this. Ndisingataura hangu zvekuti Zimbabwean kana kuti chi, but let me just appreciate black men. Varume vechitema vanogeza.
Okay.
I'm not saying my husband angasingagezi. Please don't get me wrong.
No, it's okay.
He was a very smart guy. But I feel kuti there's a certain scent, natural scent ine varume vechitema yakasiyana nevarungu. Varungu vane scent yavo. Pane scent yavainayo inoti drawer to them. I don't know what my animals vanozvita iro zvekuti they smell each other.
Okay.
Kuti iyi ndo prey yangu chaiyo. They have that izvozvozvo. Ukange wambo testa the other side, you start to appreciate those small things. even the way anotaurwa newe, even the way inoziva rinonyika rinohwarara yekuti persistent yemunhu yekuti anenge anouya kwauri achiti baby kani baby mani that persistence iyaya varunga vana.
Okay.
Kana iwe wati no ino.
Or if you say no, it's a no.
Aiwa no ino.
Avatipo. Iwo utogati aiwa tula tuenderere mberi nayo.
Because ndajaira kakuti ndikati no. Munhu achati baby kani. Ndobva ndati no futi. Obva ndati baby kani naye ona uchikweyo.
Exactly.
Ndoti kuti bva pamani iwe. Obva nditi no baby.
But I've heard that white guys, the white folks, I heard that they're romantic more than the black.
Says who?
Some people say that. That's why I'm asking, because you've experienced both.
Everyone is romantic in their own way, right? And white people are also romantic in their own way. And black people are romantic in their own way. But indakakurira kughetto saka romance yevanhu atema ndinoinzwisisa.
True.
Ndoinzwisisa also from kubva kunzi hai. Kunzi ndeipi ndokumirira pagedhi ndokuperekedza padheni. So I understand izvozvozvo. Like I said, varungu, because they also go through macultures avo ekuti mukadzi akazoti ndakakuti no anetopinzwa bhinzi anopinzwa busy but akati no kauti why did you have to persist iye ataura kuti no isusu kunoku culturally mfesi akauya akanditi ndakuda indikati no
anodzoka futi pane chance
atona chance because ndatompindura
exactly
kana singamudi ndogona usatopindura
exactly
but ndatompindura ndatomti no iyo vati saka wati unogara kupi iyo wati no saka wati unogara kupi you know that persistence isusu taijaira because it's our culture kudhara munhu aitongona nyamurwa achienda nemusengaberi motozonomutsvaga kuti akatunyamurwa nani right so hazvimbopera zvezve it's in our DNA.
I hear you, and I'm sure these guys are also, learning something from you because you are just explaining it as it is. And I like, in Indofarama unfiltered, conversations, so that it really helps someone out there because it's not radio, it's not TV, it's podcast. So you should be very free. So being a single parent is already, full of challenges, but you have also been navigating the music industry, which demands constant attention and energy as well. How have you managed to, the pressure of just raising your daughter while keeping up with the demanding career and your public life?
I think if you've noticed, I think for a couple of years I've been quiet. I've been just concentrating on being a mom. Yeah. Because I think when I did my art pictures and everything, my daughter was still in primary school.
Yes.
And then I think towards the end of her primary school, I had to drop a lot of things because it was a challenging time where I needed to be a mom. And I needed to really concentrate on her transition from primary school to secondary school, from puberty, from just having emotions and hormones and all that. So I needed to be in that space of just being a mom. So ndakatombosiya career ndikamboigarira pasi ndikatombomira ndikatomboenda kunoita some day job ndikashanda ndikaita sei because in as much as ndaida kuramba ndichifollow, I think I remember ndakatombopuwa tour. Someone gave me an American tour. Ndobva tambodiscussa, but I couldn't be away for 3 months. I couldn't. We have co-parenting with my ex-husband. And of course ndaigonongomuudza kuti ndipowo 3 months dzekuenda patour uchisara nemwana. But it was a very challenging time for my daughter. Because zvasingaite kuti nini samai ndinge ndichienda on a 3 months tour to America and then come back. So I had to stop. Right now she's 14, she's in her 3rd year of high school. She's doing well, everything is going smooth. Me and her dad, we have a good conversation and good connection, so we keep communicating like proper good co-parents. So now I have the opportunity to actually just get back on the horse and ride it properly.
Great. So now let's talk about bold artistic choices and public perception. Let's talk about the nudity. In 2018, after the tragic Ethiopian Airlines crash, you posted a nude picture with the caption ashes to ashes, dust to dust. And, you faced a lot of public backlash, even posting another nude image in response. Many people criticized you. I mean, they criticized the image as well, while others saw it as a form of, personal expression, so to say. Can you walk us through what you were, feeling at that moment and what you were trying to communicate through that bold choice?
Okay, so if you've been to an art gallery, you understand that art yema paintings or yema visuals or yema pictures, it doesn't always portray the picture as it is.
Yeah.
So when you look at art, you look at it like that and like that, and then you try to figure out what the story is all about.
Yeah.
So when you look at that picture, it's not me in that picture. You don't have to look at me as Vimbai as Naembe. You have to look at what I'm saying, what's the caption, and what I'm trying to portray in the picture. So that picture is an emotion. I want to give you an example. Iwewe una buru wako or someone wepeju akwira ndege parare airport. Watomsia andika? No, let me reverse it. Let's say iwewe wakamirira munhu parare airport. Akwira Ethiopian from Addis Ababa. The last person wataura naye ndiwe. Achikudzoti ndapa ndege shamari, I'll be there, I'll see you in 4 hours. I can't wait to see you. Andika. And then you hear 6 minutes later the plane went kaboom. What's your reaction? That's the reaction in that picture. So
you feel naked.
Exactly. And I'm sorrow. I feel stripped off. I feel like the closest, most I've been exposed. My heart has been taken out and put on the table, and it has been crushed. There's nothing left. And now what if it's your mom, your dad, your child, your son, your whoever that is very important to you that just told you kuti tinosangana in the next 4 hours. What's that feel? How does that make you feel?
Yeah.
That's the portrayal of that boat. And the worst part is Dakatozo realized after I had posted that picture that there was exactly a same picture like that in 1906.
1906?
Yes.
Who did that?
It was done by a lady. I forgot. It was a portrayal of... Actually it's 19... It wasn't 1906. 1919.
Okay.
It was a picture portraying the aftermath of the First World War.
After 1917?
That's 1919, when because the Treaty of Versailles was done, I think 1918. The war ended in 1918, and Treaty of Versailles was done 1919, and then the picture came out.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll find the picture for you.
It was, please do.
Because someone sent it to me.
After that. To say, someone did this.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, really?
So you just did it. You just thought of doing it.
The thing is, the picture was there already. And so when the plane fell, I pictured that picture and I was like, I have that picture. And I put it there.
You say the picture was there already. It means you'd taken that picture.
I took that picture.
What was it for? Was it...
Dakangotora is part of an emotion, just like I'm saying. But when I'm taking pictures, I think about what I want to portray today. So it just took it as an emotion, because that's why I want to but I'm sorrow.
What were you going through that time? At the very particular moment you took those pictures. Because those pictures they then worked later in line with this airline crash. But when you took the picture,
when I took the picture, I was thinking about us as Zimbabweans being displaced. And it's not just Zimbabweans. The whole world is displaced at the moment. Everyone is everywhere. Everyone is a relative that is out of the country, probably struggling there and trying to make ends meet. So when I took the pictures, I was trying to look at being at the sea. A lot of people are dying on the sea. I don't know if you see the news mostly where people get in a very shaky boat and they are never to be found after that. That's what's happened. That's like the reality. Isusu tunoenda nendege, we are privileged. vese vakaenda kuuk nendege vakazodzoswa vakazoti those are privileges. Kune vanotobva nekabhoti kari sheki vachihopa for a better life on the other side of the sea. So for me, I was looking at it as, okay, we are here, we think we are free, but we're not.
We're not free.
We are not free. Because even the life itself is different from being at home. Ndiri kumba kwangu shandi notongoisa mavheji kuseri kwegadheni ndorima kana ndichikwanisa kuti kangwavha ka 1 or 2 ndikaita $2-3 ndatobow for the next 4 days. Bosi vana vadya, muri yadya. Now I'm thinking of the next hustle.
That's powerful. Yeah. In 2019, you faced criticism again for posting nude photographs, on social media, which you later explained as a form of self-liberation from past sexual abuse. So, would you maybe explain to us sexual abuse? Were you sexually abused before?
Yes, when I was about 3 years old, I think.
What happened?
And ndakabatwa nemunhu wepatakshop kumaraini kwedu. Ndikamutaura zita vanhu vanogona kutoshamsika.
Okay.
Because I still remember his face, what he was wearing, what I was wearing. I remember my mom. Pandakavaudza kuti ndiri kurwadziwa, vakadedza tete. Tete came, ndikatariswa. They just cried. I didn't know what that meant. I was young. And then after that, my mom was crying almost every day after that. Because there was nothing I was saying and there was nothing to... There was nothing, they couldn't get information out of me.
So you were raped at the age of 3. So I was listening to when you said I had my first sexual encounter when I was after high school. I thought maybe that's when you say, you're on. I didn't know that you were.
No, I was always afraid. Even relationships. I think I remember the first guy who asked me out.
Yes.
I was Form 1. I was Form 1. He was Form 3.
Yes.
And his name was Benjamin. Oh my God, he was so hot. He was, the high school boy. He was intelligent.
Yeah.
And then he asked me out, and then I was like, no ndidi. And then at some point I ndiperekedza kumba. Takadanana 1 week.
Exactly.
Because after 1 week anga udondibata ruoko.
Okay.
And I couldn't, and I didn't want.
Okay.
So I was like, no, katungosiyani nazvo. And then after that, I think I dated another one for another 1 week. Akangoda kungotibata ruoko andichatodi.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to get out of that. Because
so was this guy arrested?
He was never arrested because nobody knew who he was. Up to now, nobody knows who he is. I'm the only one who knows.
Why didn't you disclose to your parents that this person did this to me? Didn't they ask you?
You know, kudhara taiva nemaparents anorova anotyiwa. Tinotya maparents edu. So unongo usingazivi kuti zvandaitwa izvi is a violation. And unongo usingazive also kuti what's going to happen. Am I going to be punished? Am I going to be, saka vana kana tikukura tichitya vabereki vedu.
So mama anatombobvunza kuti
vakabvunza havana kubvunza kuti ndiani kana kuti vakandibvunza like they are asking a child.
Exactly.
Kuti chii chaitika. Ndiani abata apa. Ndiani aita so.
Did you tell them ndiningi?
Handina kabhozi ndasingazivi ndabatwa ipapo. Unenge uri mwana mudiki kana iwe. Unenge usingazivi.
Yeah, so that's so was it like kungobatwa or it was like penetration?
Ndifunga kuti pane penetration yakaitika. Because I think anogona kunge akafaila.
Okay.
Because if he had succeeded ndingadai
wakazotanga kuzozita wakuziva.
Ndingadai ndakatoita because I was young, I was very small. Ndingadai ndakatoendeswa kana kuhospital, ndingadai ndakatoa.
Exactly. Oh yeah, it makes sense. Okay, I'm sorry to hear this. I didn't know that. But have you forgiven the perpetrator?
I told you. That's how I learned forgiveness.
Yeah. Okay, you also said nudity is just for the sake of nudity, but it's about empowerment, healing.
Someone said kuti Vimbai rasika azodi. That process yandakaenda through to show my artistry and express myself, it helped me a lot because I I spent a lot of years in a certain shell because of the things that happened to me.
Yeah. Now, feminists, some feminists argue that nudity doesn't necessarily empower women, but can instead lead to exploitation and objectification, right? But for example, Naomi Wolf, in her book, The Beauty Myth, talks about how women's bodies are often used to sell ideas, products, or attention rather than, truly liberate them. Vimbai, many people might see your art and nudity through this lens. How do you respond to that criticism, and why do you believe your approach is different?
Okay, first, like I have said, Kuti, if you go to an art gallery, people who understand art, they understand what you are trying to portray. If you just talk to people nje, they would never understand. Just like some people won't understand why anyone would want to wear embedze black zakavhara maziso apa chete.
Yes.
Or why ivo vanopfeka zveblack zvakavhara apa vasingaunderstand why anyone would wear a bum short. That's the same way.
Okay.
So for me, I don't go around naked. You never see me at an event, at a gathering, at my family, friends. You never see me naked.
Yeah.
Never. Because that's not what I do.
But in this one, or on this issue, what did your family say? Because your pictures were all over the social media. It's knowing that our African families, are mainly, conservative societies. Things like nudity can be very controversial. You know.
The only thing I can tell you is Never. I think after that takatoita some gathering yaitoda zvekutoti ndinge ndiripo and all that.
Yes.
Ndikatoenda, I did my duties. Nobody talked about it.
Yeah.
My cousins are there on my page. Anotolaika. Mukonaonesa anoti amai vedu mama chichichi.
Yes.
My cousins they are there. My sisters, they are there. I think my young sister is married to a pastor actually.
Yeah.
And my other young sister is also married to a pastor. My cousin mwana wa sekuru wangu is married to a pastor.
Yeah.
Vasikana vese vava ndakakura navo mumba medu. So I think I have one my other cousin is a psychologist. If you ask her what she thinks, ndiye mnanogona kudza the perfect
and your kids as well. One would accept how, or do you explain? Do you have time to say, okay, guys, I'm doing this because of this, or you just do it and they have to interpret it the way you want?
They don't have to follow my page. They don't have to see what I do, because Ivo Chavanofanogozi and the Vana Vangu, they're not my friends. They're my kids.
The other one, he said she's 21. She may just accidentally, okay, but remember, she's in uni. Then a friend just say, Sha, look at your mom. I'm at your mom's page. Look at this. How do you think you...
They live in a different world than this world. They live in Netherlands. In Netherlands...
Oh, yeah.
You remember the Miss Universe who is gay.
Oh.
Actually, last year. The Dutch Miss Universe is a transgender.
Yo.
The current one.
The current one?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think even this year, so
it's a different world. So they wouldn't mind.
They live in a different world, and they also just do their business.
So by considering, how bold and unapologetic you are with your art and nudity online, how do your, current and past partners feel about it? Are they fully supportive of you putting your body on display? Or have there been challenges navigating that, in your relationship?
I've never had issues with that. Actually, my photo shoot was sponsored by someone I was dating.
Okay.
And we were together 6 years. And we never had issues with that.
With that?
Yeah.
Even after criticism, after the backlash on social media then?
He was not on social media. I'll tell you, I think most people I date are not on social media. Yeah, weird now that I think about it.
Yes.
They are professional people who don't spend most of their time on social
media. Yeah.
So they don't do anything of that. So they get to meet the vision that all of you don't meet.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I think that's a very good tactic there.
I think so. But you can imagine when they see me, they don't see Vimbai Wepa social media.
Yeah.
They see the version that they'll be like, oh my God, you know.
You know, me knowing our Zim community, our Zim guys, after seeing such, yeah, they will criticize you publicly, but maybe in the DM they'll be flooding. Were you receiving those, messages?
No, my DM is not flooding. No.
It wasn't. I mean, then when you posted, no. They were not.
I have certain type of people that ask me out. People who dare to ask me.
Yeah.
Out. You don't. I think I don't just get anybody asking me out.
Yeah.
I think if I look at the majority of people who ask me out, I would say 85% are engineers.
Engineers? Why?
I don't know. For some reason.
Serious?
Yeah.
Engineers.
There's no artist asking me out. There's no manager or whatever.
Engineers.
It's either it's the software engineer or it's an electric engineer. Or
yeah. But I mean, those days, when the pictures were flooding on social media, then you forgot maybe inbox mago even not why don't go ask out you won't tell sort out, but just the one get inbox.
No,
nothing. No one.
I've heard when I don't go on to Dave. They don't say much.
Exactly. Like
it's like a poke. Like I want to hear what she's gonna say.
Exactly. I see.
Or a hey. Yeah, but there's no person that actually came to me.
Yeah.
And said something that I would say that was off.
Yeah.
I know but trust me, I don't have people attacking me in my inbox.
Wow.
And I don't have anybody saying horrible things to me in my inbox. I never had that. I think the worst, let me think, if there's somebody who said something, they never came to my inbox.
Yeah.
Mwano ya no gonna kueba page bank.
Yes.
Ongotara something like, taswa ma picture ako, but no, the moment I respond, I'm like, deep sister, exactly. But I've never had anyone come to me directly to say something.
Very fine. Let's talk about your Zimfest, performance. In an unforgettable 60-second moment, at Zimfest during Oriano's performance of Zampele, you came on stage and delivered a Kizomba-inspired routine that had everyone talking. Some fans even speculated about just how far the the dance went. Having toured with the late Dr. Oliver Mtukudzi, you clearly know how to command a stage. Can you just take us behind the scenes? What was going through your mind, and how did that moment come together so perfectly?
Okay, so apparently it was not planned.
It wasn't?
No. Okay. It was not planned. So I came to Zimfest because I was invited by the Zimfest organizers.
Yeah.
They invited me, and then I was like, why am I coming? I'm not performing.
Yes.
Vandatodza plot ndichiseka ndikati ndinopakwira pastage.
Pastage, exactly.
Kana plot, I know you. Ndikati ndingojoka. So when we went to the hotels, that's where most of the artists were staying. Ndovandangoti vatangomurisa vanhu. And then when I was walking out, I think I was going to dinner or something. No, lunch. That's when I saw Oriano sitting there and his manager and two other guys. So they didn't notice who I am at first because ndakapfeka bonnet.
Oh yeah.
And I think Oriano was on a live achitaura nemafans ake.
Exactly.
And then the moment ndakazoti hi, I'm Vimbai Zimuto. And he was like, oh my God, vatamoresana nditi vatatoita a small dance nyana paya. Why don't we just do this on stage? And that can be an idea. Let's practice later on today because I like to be prepared.
Exactly.
And I'm so what are you wearing? Then he said something pink. I said, I've got a pink dress.
Yeah.
And then he says, a pink dress. Okay, fine. What? what kind of pink? Does it matter? I think tikangopfeka pink tinotongoblenda zvakadaro bo ndaenda kwanda ndichienda and then vafinisha then manheru when they were doing their rehearsal let's do this vataenda kurehearsal kwavo but we couldn't get time to actually do a rehearsal. Then the day of the show, that's when we met in the morning kuti tiite rehearsal. The manager vachobva vatoya vatatopractice. We took about an hour or so of practice. But zvatakapractice hazvina kutonyatsobuda dai zvakabuda guys.
Angari mangwana
ngadai makachema
makatosvika mukisi chemchem pamakapractice zvasvika papi chemchem zvasvika papi chemchem because papi angari mangwana already
imbomira nay yeah, so we practiced a bit and then we were very happy with the outcome. And then vatazoenda pastage. So on stage akatondiintroduce zvakanaka everybody hey Vimbai Zimuto, and then we did what we practiced. It was really beautiful. To me, I really loved it, and it was amazing. It was an amazing. He's an amazing artist. He's also an amazing performer, and we were just two artists who met with the same energy, and we just delivered.
You said to me, you just said a little dance the day you met.
Yeah, the day we met. Unplanned, yeah.
Who approached you? Who said let's do this to who?
You mean when we did the first dance?
Yeah, the initial one.
Akatonditi let's dance. Vanangoti okay, let's do this. Let me
then
show you some
closer?
Kizomba. Because look, Oriano is doing Kizomba, Ghetto Zouk kind of music, and Kompa. And right now, that's the music pisa kuiro.
Exactly.
Right? Saka inina I dance Kizomba, been dancing Kizomba more than 10 years. So Ndakamti, let me show you some moves because you're already doing this kind of music. So I showed him some moves. That's when we were like, oh, it's not a bad idea to do it on stage.
Yes.
Right. So that's how it came about.
And people were not even expecting that.
No.
People were not expecting that.
Yeah, I know.
That is why I think maybe they're now speculating, saying, wow.
But Zimbabweans being Zimbabweans.
Yeah.
Mukangobatana maoko
Sometimes they expect a happy ending.
Mukangobatana maoko chete mukangohengana zvatofa. Muneza kutoti saka how far did you go? No, we are just two artists who love our artistry. And the great thing that I love about that performance is we had natural chemistry on stage. So it was really amazing to see. Even for me, when I watch it again, I'll be like, oh my God,
wow.
It's really beautiful. It's a beautiful dance.
You are
beautifully done.
You are definitely a great artist, Vimbai. Now, in April 2024, that's last year, you publicly announced your relationship with former Studio 263 Denzel Jabubu Rutsa. You made the announcement by updating your Facebook status that was bold. And you did. So, tell us about that.
Ola unotongonemetsi dzaunongokacalculate ngokuziva kuti nhasi ndoda kutobhomba Vimbai nhasi. You know what? Nadenzel taka-agree on something.
Okay.
And because Tinema works now are in the pipeline.
Okay.
So we agreed. Tikati
last time.
Inogona kushanda kashamari.
Exactly. Yeah.
So vatatu agree mushe. And then at some point hell broke loose because I think musikana akanangazana zofara nazvo.
Because I think she was pregnant then.
I don't know zvakazoitika ikoko Cape Town. And that is iyomozoibvunza Denzel.
Exactly.
You can ask Denzel about that.
Yeah.
Ndobva ndatodzura post. I think watoenda post yayo kuna.
Maivisa exactly.
Handina kuibvisa ndakai-archive.
Okay.
Yes. Ndakai-archive. Because ndakandaona kuti ish. But takatanga tatonyatsoita agree ngati are you dating someone? Because tinozonetsa.
Exactly.
Akatoti no inine munhu itaita sei
takarambana.
And when did you break up? Takarambana musi wakati. So we had a good start. But aiwaka ko kana munhu asingadi kuramba wangaite sei?
Hapana zvokuzviita.
I don't know. Kana kuti vanenge handizotakaramba mwe ndiani. So I wouldn't want to say pana akarambwa ndakaramba mwe kana kuti that's their story to tell. That's
so what's your relationship like now with Denzel, given the fact that this happened and the fiance was not happy with that?
Ana Denzel tiri mabururu from kudhara.
Yes.
From long time. I wouldn't tell you this, but not Denzel we dated.
Oh, warrior! You did.
We dated.
Okay, because I was like, okay, it wasn't supposed to be that easy, for you to say, okay, let me just do this. Yeah, now it makes sense. Go ahead.
We dated sometime 2009.
Yes.
2009 into 2010, I think. We dated.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's the days by Pizza Studio 263 then.
Ayo, that's the time yakamove akunonogara ku Cape Town.
Cape Town.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember. Yeah. Okay.
We dated. We dated for a while.
Muchari kuno Zimbabwe.
Ndandiri kwatuku iyanga ku Cape Town.
Cape Town.
Ndaitoti ndikaenda ku Cape Town for a show aitouya.
Utozoti ndinasi ndiri kurara kubhebi kwangu.
Ndine bhebi rangu.
Wow.
Takatodata, and I even met his parents, met his mom.
You were even ready for marriage?
We had a good
wow.
We had a good relationship. Mai vake vaindida. May so rest in peace.
Yeah.
I loved that woman.
Yeah.
And vakandida from day one. It was just a beautiful.
Yes.
I wouldn't say beautiful because vakatibata tirimba mavo.
In act.
No, not in the act.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Takagara patichiona mavhisi ainzi mavhisi ayaya.
Exactly.
Takachila padeni pavo. Takatobhara fo. Takakadla sema.
Wasn't it the blue movie?
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't. Okay.
Taiona zvedefu.
At least, yeah.
Movie,
at least.
Saka pavakasvika vakangosvika vachivhura dhovha watoona tiripo. Mudhara wacho vachipinda. Mudhara wacho vangoti vachipinda ndobva vabuda. Ndobva vandibvunza zvikanzi saka ndiwani. Ndikati ndinonzi Vimbai. Ndikati wabva kupi? Ndikati kuchitungwizi.
Waigara kupi then ana Denzel?
Angari kugoromonzi saka ndakabva kuchitungwizi.
All the way. Aiwa
takasangana kamutown.
Exactly.
Ndobva tati handiitisi tenda kugoromonzi shamari.
So I got my one. But now papakazoitika izvi because dzanga zviri so easy for you to do that because munhu wakabudana naye.
Plus we are both artists. And like I said, we have a lot of stuff lined up. You will see.
You're working on something?
We are working on something.
But is it a movie or something?
It's a movie. Yeah.
It's a movie. Wow. Denzel was... Oh, he is just...
He's
a good artist.
He's a good artist.
So tell me, now that you are saying that Denzel chichi, pane shona inotaura kuti iyo payakambojenga inojenga futi. I know you're a shona, you know that? I mean, you know what that means.
You know
so
what?
Is it the fact when you meet Denzel anytime? Is it like, yes, Denzel, we're no longer dating, but we can do whatever that we did before?
No, we don't do that. Like I said, I'm an artist in a different aspect. I understand fact yekuti kana tichishanda tese tikushanda, right?
Yeah, but besides tapedza kushanda wangu tashanda but ona iwo ngori baby rangu.
Like I said, tine ushamwari. We are friends and we can't run away from the friendship because we are in the same industry.
The reason why I'm asking you, I've heard a lot of people complaining, or I mean even arguing on social media that you can't be friends with your ex. Is it possible in this?
The thing is, we are colleagues more. But because inini naye takazivana kusvika papoint yekuti vabereki vake vakasvika pakuziva relationship yedu vakati accept sezvatiri. You know, mai vake pavakarwara ndindaenda kunovaona ndichitovaendesera magrapes vakaita kidney failure and all that. So I was part of that. You understand? And when she eventually passed away, takanga tisisiri tese for many other reasons also. But she's a person who accepted me. And you know, kana wa accept wa, you love unconditionally.
100%.
So it's not like kuti hanzi tichasangana tomboskedana kana kuti. No, we don't do that. We will talk about it, of course, and we would laugh about it.
Oh, you like to talk about it?
Tinogona ujoka like tinongoita.
So I mean maybe one of you is very strong.
Aiwa tese tiri
strong. One of you is strong. There's one who is very strong because when you even talk about it and laugh about it.
No, we can laugh about it. But yo.
Papaya.
What does it say? What are you trying to do? We can discuss and laugh about it.
I like it.
But like I said, we still maintain who we are as people. And in kuti ndimusiya achita yese indi ndandakudona fali. And iye kuti andisiyo achita yese anodona yake fali. So we can't be doing that.
Okay. Oh, that's great. I'll ask Denzel one day kuti saka baby rakazoramba riripo iri Kana rakabva because of Vimbai. If kana rakatobaya because of Vimbai. So what are you going to do with Vimbai? I'm going to ask that question.
Don't do that.
I'm going to ask that question. Now let's talk about Zimbabwean music industry and global reach, and then we conclude. Vimbai, you have toured internationally, and collaborated with global artists from your perspective. How is the Zimbabwean music industry doing in terms of penetrating the international markets?
Okay. Well, I would say I've been to the UK. I saw that most Nando's places, they play Zimbabwean music, which is really amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Kwedu isusu hakusati kwasvika any Zimbabwean music that's playing on any scene. But I feel like we are in the right direction because I've seen there's a lot of artists who are now embracing the traditional music and also trying to infuse it with the current generational music. So I think we still have a little bit more way to go to penetrate the international industry. But we are in the right direction. That's what I think.
Okay. What do you think are the biggest challenges and opportunities, for local artists to gain global recognition?
I think kuti we are limiting ourselves, especially panawe ku ask for work.
Okay.
Trukungotsvaga mapromota emaZimbabweans.
Local, Zimbabwean
promoters. We are not engaging with promoters who are just bringing in international artists. That's one. Chechipiri, ma exorbitant fees atino ask.
Yes, they're too much.
I'll tell you, Pani, at some point, unonzwa in a Zimbabwean artist asking kuti ndipe 15,000 US. I see your marino po salif kit.
Yeah.
Ku Europe. Saka hawakude. Because hawakuziye. Hawakuziye.
Exactly.
Who are you? Hawakuziye music yako hawaiziye.
Okay.
But Salif are kuzikanwa, but ask people 15,000.
Exactly.
They would rather give that 15,000 to Salif actually.
Not you. Hey.
So you have to, before you ask for 15,000, maybe you can look at an opportunity whereby you want to penetrate that market.
Exactly.
So you can talk na promoter mowirirana. Kuti shamaronaka. Inini ndiri kupisa ku Zimbabwe. Ndiri kupisa futi ku Southern Africa. Pandauda kupisa futi ku West. Satoita sei.
Exactly.
Ndauda kupisa futi ku Europe. How do I do that? Then mowirirana. Because you uri kupisa kuno kana uchipisa kuno kwa zviro kupisa uko.
Exactly.
And uko nengori underdog zvekudaro. Because hausizikanwa. So because hausizikanwa, I think it's very important to actually just analyze where you're at internationally.
Yes, true.
Uka-analyze where you're at internationally, unotanga ku-understand out, okay, kana ndakuya ngandimbomirei kuti ndiunze vanhu vakawandisa as part of my entourage. That's one. Chechipiri, mari yandiri kuaska, is it inozobuda here?
Kana ibuda.
Also, do a research. Unoti, okay, and kunana, like I said, ana Yusondo, navana Richard Bona, they are touring Europe every year. Right? Importance of kubhadirwa mari. How are they doing it for them to be able to be doing that every year and coming in and doing like Richard Bona is like anengari Europe yese, over in America yese, over in Asia yese, anenga chimbozvifambisa sei. Have that information because knowledge is power.
It's power. That's very true.
Knowledge is power. If you walk and go to Andy, inini the goat. You've
performed at various international music festivals. Do you think these festivals are genuinely helpful in getting Zimbabwean music out there to global audiences, and also maybe, or are they just limitations that artists still face when trying to break into the international markets?
You mean my festival? I mean, like
in those international festivals, like UK festivals or like Nana Canada, they have their own festivals. I still to my Zimbabweans, but tuna my artists, like you were saying in my mind, what are the limitations?
Limitation notangira pa lyrical content kuti iwo zvaurikuimba zvikuimbirwa ani, because most of our musicians tiri targeta local.
Yeah.
Kana chiri target local ndikuda kuti kuimba song yekuti it can only be sung proper by Zimbabweans. Don't understand. Let's get back to Oliver Mtukudzi, why he became an international artist. Oliver Mtukudzi, despite the fact that he managed to get a manager that can help him to penetrate the international market, if you listen to music yamdara, you understand kuti one, yanga isiri busy too much. Chechipiri, yai make a sense musically. Kanjiti musically. Ntukureva kuti kana song inonzichi, let's say ukanzo oti song iru ikati babamba. That's what I mean. Like you have the chinchaguti crowd say chaimba guitar. So it made sense musically. Yeah. Asatatanga kuimba. Ende kana kuimba askuimba murabadada wakadai so we standards. Anoti iwe muchatuta music ichenda. Iwe muchatutaka.
Yes, I get you. I get you. Okay.
So you have to, in the eye make a sense food. Yanga isiri music you don't know that I make a sense. It made sense, but yanga in very few words that you'd understand.
Yeah, it was well packaged.
And that is with almost every song.
Yeah.
Yanga just now to ukaimba too many lyrics, too many stuff, it can only be understood by Zimbabweans.
Only.
Look at why Nigerian music is going. Muna anongoti imba 2 words, mamwesa ngangori ma oos nema as.
Yes.
It's because you were trying to penetrate a certain market that doesn't hear your language.
I was about to ask that. When you look at the countries like South Africa and Nigeria, their music seems to be making, waves globally. From Afrobeats to Amapiano, and I don't know. Now I think you've explained that. But I was about to ask you, Guti, what lessons do you think Zimbabwean artists, can learn from them about reaching an international audience, and also how can our industry adapt to achieve similar success?
Yeah, that is one.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things that I can't mention because ndinozotanga kusounda political.
Exactly.
But I don't want to get into that. But what I want to say is that we need to understand the other side. How can I make someone who does not understand Shona appreciate my song? So it's either you do it via the instrument, how you arrange your instrument. That's why amapiano iri uko. Because beat racho amapiano inita 1 minute 30 seconds. Beat chete pasati patombopinda ma voice. So izvozvo ndozvinoratidza kuti one, your instrument has to make sense. And then kana wakuimba ngatisaimbe ngano. Because if you're singing too much ngano, it's beautiful because you want to tell a story. We are storytellers naturally as Zimbabweans. We are writers. We are ukatasa even in our own cultural aspect. We had many writers writing beautiful stories and expressing ourselves through writing. And most of our music irimu writing imomo. But ukatasa our traditional music. Ndeye kuti ndikaishaura nhasi after 5 seconds munhu wese akuimba song iyo.
That's very true. That's very, very true.
Ukaenda parufu pane maroma manhingi maanglikeni machichichichi pane song inozoti ukaimba munhu wese achadaira even tisingaizive because after 5 seconds tatoita catch up with the tune, tatoita catch up with the chorus, takutongoimba tichienda. Mushauri ndiye anenge angogona hake kuramba achita hake zvidavado but tine madairira ticharamba tichita achidzokorora so kuti song ite sei. So tikadzokera traditionally to how our traditional music is, we will understand particularly.
Exactly. That's very, very, very powerful, Vimbai. I think most of the artists are learning something, one or two from you, from this interview. I think they are going to draw some lessons. We've talked about, a lot about your incredible journey and past projects. So I want to understand, are there any upcoming projects or collaborations that you're particularly, excited about? And can you just give us maybe a sneak peek into it?
Okay, so first I want to talk about the film I'm doing with Eddie Ndlovu. We have a film that is supposed to come sometime this year. It's called Fortnight. So I'm the main actress in it.
Oh, wow.
I'm also the producer.
Great.
And he's the director and the writer.
Okay.
So it's a psychological drama. where we have a landlord just being manipulative to the tenant and blah, blah, blah. So it's going to be really intense. So we already shot the movie yesterday. We took the photos.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to be coming out soon.
You did it in Zim?
In Zim, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, we can't wait.
Yeah,
we can't wait.
I wish I could show you a lot more, but for now we just want to make sure that we are done with our trailer and then we start to put it out there. And then,
no, that's fine, Vimbai. And we want to say thank you so much for coming and just for sparing your time to be with us here in studio at the All 7 podcast. Maybe you've got your parting remarks to your fans.
Okay, to my fans, first of all, I've been away from the music industry for a while because, being a mom is another job of mine. It's one of my strengths, and I needed to be in that space. But more music is coming. I'm dropping Godo sometime this week. It's a traditional song. You're going to love it. And I've got this movie coming out, Fortnite. It's going to be coming out soon. And then I also have a lot more music coming out as well. And in the end of the month, I'm going to be an MC for the second time, because the first time was at Moto Festival.
Oh, yes.
So
and this time around?
This time around, I'm going to be at Kumba Festival in Dunstable. I'm going to be the MC.
Wow.
And our headliner is Kelly Kumalo, so I'm really excited to meet her again. This will be the second time to meet her. And I'm exploring all my all my strengths.
Yeah.
Like I said, high school, Dandiri an outdoor person. I'm this person. I'm like a stage performer. I speak, I talk, I do a lot of things. So I need to explore all my channels and see where I get.
Great. Yeah. Thank you so much, Vimbai. So how can your fans get in touch with you? How do they get in touch with you?
All right. So you can get me Vimbai Zimuto on my Instagram, Vimbai Zimuto on Facebook, Vimbai Zimuto on Twitter, Vimbai Zimuto on my TikTok. So everything Vimbai Zimuto. On my YouTube is also Vimbai Zimuto. So feel free to go and press a like. Say something. If you want to say something to me directly and so that I can respond, you can send me an Instagram inbox. I always respond to everything that comes through my Instagram. I see it immediately. Yeah. Because Facebook, I probably don't see them mostly. So, but if you come to my inbox in my Instagram, I'll definitely respond.
Thank you so much, Vimbai.
Thank you, Ola.
That was Vimbai Zimuto on your number one podcast in the land. On the sports segment, I hope you enjoyed this interview. Until next time, my name is DJ Ola 7 Owen. We're Comadondo. Bye-bye.
Imagine harnessing the power of the sun to fuel your home or business. With Taze Solar, you can reduce your energy bills and carbon footprint. Taze Solar are experts in designing, installing and commissioning smart solar systems. Available in 5 and 10 kilowatt systems. With Smart Solar, clients can monitor their systems from anywhere in the world and maintenance can be done remotely. Switch to clean energy and join the sustainable future. Contact our team today. Schedule a consultation on the numbers appearing on screen now. Taze Solar. With solar energy, the future is bright.